story time with KC.
So this truck's a little bit out of our norm for us because it's 2 feet longer than it should be. I'm kind of excited about it, but not excited about it at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So this truck it's going back a lot original. So like there's not a lot of design stuff for us on this one. So it's just going back. I think it's the same yellow, if I remember right. Keenan shaved the firewall, so the engine compartment will look a lot like what we do. But the outside of the truck, it's getting like not the West Coast mirrors, but getting the original bigger mirrors. Keenan had some out earlier. Like I'm used to the sport mirrors that we put on all of them, you know, or no mirrors if it's mine. So it's getting these mirrors back on it, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just bigger than I'm used to. It feels big in my hand. The ones I usually use are a lot smaller. So this one's just a little, I don't know, it just feels a little girthy. I don't know, it just didn't feel right. I'm used to something smaller than that.
Wish you had those little tiny hands to hold that with.
Yeah, my strong hand.
So what's the whole story on this? Like, let's go to the beginning with it.
So this truck has been built a couple times. From my understanding, he's got an extremely large amount of money in this. Like with the Coyote swap that was in it before, I guess there's some stuff he wasn't happy with, or maybe the money got spent like out of order, you know? So it just seemed like it really got into a big ordeal. So then he was just like, okay, forget it. I'm going to order a chassis. So he ordered a fat fender garage chassis for it. They've got nice chassis. I've never used one, so that's kind of something a little different for us too. It's a no-cut chassis, so we're not having to raise the bed floor, do a big trans tunnel or nothing like that in it. It is getting a Coyote, I believe, with a 10-speed behind it. The motor and stuff was out of it when it got here. He had already kind of taken a lot of the stuff apart. It's getting fat fenders interior, so it's like a bolt interior kit. Like we don't have to think about that. He's already picked all that stuff out. So this truck should move along really quickly for us, just because, I mean, Keenan's just dang near done all the fab. He did the firewall, welded up a bunch of holes that are in these. We've got to do a passenger floor pan in it. The trans tunnel is a little goofy that's in there now. They like tried to modify the original trans tunnel. It's terrible, extremely terrible. So we're painting it, like I said, kind of back to yellow from what I understand. Coyote 10-speed wheels of some sorts in it. I think it would be cool if it was me to do like an 18 or 17 with like an all-terrain tire on it.
Oh yeah, that would be.
You know, just because it's a long bed, kind of make it look like a work truck. Let's not try to make it look like what it's not. You know what I mean?
Get those Mr. Majestic vibes going on.
Yeah, you know, like not, well, it wouldn't even be the fall guy, but you know, that kind of like give it a little aggressive look to it maybe.
Oh yeah, you're right. Mr. Majestic was a bump side anyways, but.
So that's really it. He wants to paint the inside of the bed of this truck, which is cool, but it's a lot of work for the guys in the body shop. I just don't know what the plan is for it. Like I haven't even met this guy in person yet. The truck got shipped here, pulled from the shop that it was at, or shop that they were working. I don't know what was going on with it. I tried not to get into the drama of anything.
Is this Texas-based?
Yep, he's south somewhere.
Gotcha.
He's in Texas, but that's about it. I mean, as far as this truck goes, Keenan's been working on it for about a week, and we're almost done with the fab work on it, which is strange for us. We probably have about another week in it, so we're about halfway through the fab work on it, I'm guessing. That's it. That's all I got for you. Pretty easy peasy.
So I got this flange all cleaned up, hammered back straight, and made a new piece to go in there. So I left this little lip a little taller because one, it's easier to bend a longer piece, and two, I have a little more room for air, just so you can fit it just right and then draw the line back out, cut it, and grind it smooth, and there you go. So get this in there straight, clamped in, and tack it. I got all the patch panels made, clecoed in, the holes tacked. Just realized I need to make a filler for that piece, but not a big deal. Next thing is to start prepping these areas. So this paint's really nasty and it just kind of smears the black on instead of sands off. So hopefully this wire wheel will take care of it and not smear it too much. All right, so I've got all of it welded in. I started hammering on it a little bit, just going around all the weld and kind of stretching it back out, since when you weld it, it shrinks it a little bit. I like to use a domed hammer, get on the back side so you can kind of knock that weld back out, because sometimes it'll V in. So do that, put it on the dollies, kind of smash it back out, and then start grinding and hammer as needed after that. So here we go.
So Keenan's favorite toy, the snack of the day, is the watermelon ring Tahitian flavored snack clubs. After a long few minutes of grinding,
You gotta have one.
gotta have one. How do they taste?